Hey Luke, well your box arrived today with your watch, so we're going to go ahead and take a look and see where we are. Alrighty. Okay, lovely UFO, early one. This is a 5 Sports speed timer. Looking good. Looks really good. All right. Okay, well, let's see what we got. Okay. These are just so great. It's nice to see one with that kanji wheel. Well, I don't think there's any question in my mind as to the quality of the watch. It looks really good. Yeah. So everything seems to function. You had not expressed any concern about that. The one concern I do have are the hands. Hands look a little bit opaque. Now, this might be a JDM watch, so it might mean that there's no lume, which is not atypical for a JDM watch. So they're not. Now, I don't know if that extends to the speed timers, but if it does, then that's okay. I think that's probably fine, because they didn't come with lume. At least on the dress watches, they didn't have a lume. They didn't come with lume there. So I think that's all right. Solid hands. Just checking to see how you turn over here at the minute. Whoops, we don't have much power in the watch. So that's actually a good sign. The fact that it stops right there means that the mechanism is functioning as it should. Look like original pushers, original crown. Your crown tube is in good shape. You know, good, solid, honest case lines. Not a lot of rework on the case. It looks a little dull, but not in the sense that somebody has worked on it really hard. Maybe somebody polished it by hand a little bit, but it's pretty good. A nice crystal. Looks great to me. I'm going to give it a good wind. Let's turn off the chronograph just for a second. Check all the functions here. Let's make sure we're not, yeah. So right at date changeover. So that looks all good to me, as does this. And just look at all your numbers here. I thought I saw something on the 10 as it flew by. Yep, your 10's got a little bit of a rash on the 0. That's okay. Got a little bit of, I don't know what I would call it on the dials, but honestly, it's honest patina. It's not bad. Let's let the chronograph turn over here. Keep winding. So this should be a high joule count, 6138. Let's see where we are here. So I'm just going to reset your chronograph after we go over the next minute. Yeah, it looks okay. It's a little bit before midnight on the sweep hand. I don't think your lower subdial is quite at vertical, but it's pretty close. So somebody's been in here, I think. Just, you can tell that it's got some tool marks on the back as well. I thought I could get it with my fingers, but apparently not. Okay, so this is a 1976, February 76, which is interesting because it's a later style, but it has the horseshoe back. So that's also not too uncommon. Let's go back to midnight here. I'm going to have to get to a machine to open this up, so give me just a moment. Okay, so now that we have loosened that up a little bit, let's go ahead and get this taken off. There we go. All right, so let's do a quick look. Let's see how we're looking here. A little bit of water in here. You can see your retaining ring has a little bit of rust on it, but that's okay. Let's take a quick look at your case back. It's got one of Adrian's blue seals, so somebody has sealed it. I assume that was you. Bought some new VTA seals. So it looks like, unless you bought the watch from Adrian, I'm not sure. Looks like there's a 93 perhaps in the back. Not really sure. Let me see what that script says. Yes, 18/4/93. With a very nice looking little bit of handwriting. So I guess that's April 18th, 1993, which is a somewhat European or non-US way of writing that. Of course, the day first, then the month, then the year, which is, in my mind, the correct way to do it. So clearly, it's been serviced at some point in its life. But it looks like it's been pretty well sealed, except for what looks like a little bit of rust here. The retaining ring is not really a standard, I would say. You know what it almost looks like? It looks like somebody took one from yeah, I think so. Somebody took one from a Bellmatic and ground off the lip that's supposed to sit in the case. It's not a bad idea, but it certainly isn't standard for this case size. So we can replace that if you'd like. We can put one in that's correct. So now you had some concern about the originality of some of the pieces, and to be honest, I think it's okay. This is a 6138B 21 jewel. I assume that's right for the JDM versions. Seems to be running fine. Let's put your ring back in. Let's put your case back on. All right, let's take a quick look at the numbers. I'm going to throw a little more juice into your mainspring just by winding. And then we're going to just check the numbers here. Put it on the time grapher and see how we do. Okay, this may not be full wind, but it'll at least give us a sense of what the numbers look like and what the structure of the numbers is, because that's the more important thing. Okay. So, clean-ish signal. It's gaining some time. You've got some beat error. Not unexpected. Not unexpected. Not a ton of amplitude in the 180s. That's not a bad place to be for an unserviced watch. We can really get these going. I mean, they can work quite well for in terms of amplitudes in the 230s, no problem for sure. So I think it definitely needs a service. It looks correct to me. I like to see this JDM look, which is the kanji and the lack of loom is actually a really cool feature. So you know, I think you did pretty well. We're going to take the dial off and take a really close look, kind of get a sense of what the match is between the case back and the case front. So yeah, we're ready to go. Whenever I get a spot, we'll go ahead and get it opened up and we'll get you serviced. All right. Well, thanks again, Luke. I'll be in touch.